The primary health issue that concerned me, that pushed me toward maximized living, was low back pain.
At 6 weeks, he started doing this crazy projectile vomit.
High blood pressure, stiffness of the neck, and a little bit of depression.
I did have some issues with my lower digestive tract, and I had problems with reflux. And I also had arthritis, especially in my right knee.
I started having some complications with numbness in the left arm, in my neck, my back, shoulder.
My top two health issues that I was dealing with when I met Dr. Barnes was my weight for one, which in turn leads to the other one, which was just pain.
I had blood pressure problems. It comes with stress.
A lot of sinus colds, allergies, menstrual cramps, just a lot of stress.
I had gained so much weight in a very short amount of time. It was gradual at first, but between 2011 and 2012, it was like 40 pounds in a few months.
Overweight, extremely tired. That's what my life was before Maximized Living.
I took McIntyre to our pediatrician, and I talked to the pediatrician about the issues we were having, and he said, "Oh, I'm sure it's nothing. You know, let's wait and see."
I went to urgent care, and they said that I had a pulled muscle, so they put me on all types of medicine. I kept going back because the medicine just wasn't working. I didn't like the way it made me feel. It made me feel groggy. I just wanted to lay in the bed all day. I was literally like a zombie.
And I bruised my tailbone, and I pulled a muscle in my back. And that was about 4 years in a row, you know, continuously. So
at one point I was very vigorously working out and trying to eat right, but I was actually gaining weight. So in 2010, I saw a picture of myself at a wedding reception, and I was just freaked out.
I don't like every month that I have to take pills. I don't like every day I have to take allergy medicine, and I just feel sick all the time.
I didn't have my wife at all. It was actually rather difficult. I don't even know why I'm getting emotional, but to see your wife in pain, and at the same time you're trying to see, you want change for her. You've never seen her in this kind of pain. I'd never walked in on my wife laying on the floor in absolute pain and agony and not having an answer.
I got down on my knees one day and just prayed, and I just cried, because I just thought, nothing is going to help. It's just all downhill from here. And so I kind of gave up.
Maximized Living came to do a talk at the church that I go to. And that's how everything started off with Maximized Living.
a friend of mine, a co-worker, invited me to a seminar that he was conducting at a church in North Raleigh, and I was a little hesitant about going, but I decided to go, and I was really surprised with the testimonies that I heard.
A friend of mine at church had mentioned that he and his family had started going to see Dr. Barnes at Maximized Living, and you know, just what a difference it had made in his life. He lost, I think, 40 pounds, and you know, he had a lot of the same symptoms that I had with my neck and everything. So,
well, when I first came to the office, everybody was friendly. It's like a family. You know, they take you in like a family, and they're showing you all these skills that you never had any clue about, that you can put into your everyday life to become a better you.
He showed me my x-ray, and lo and behold, I could see my neck not going the right way. It was going the wrong way. And, you know, without me ever having told him anything about my health growing up, you know, the first thing he asked me was, do you have any thyroid problems? Or have you had any thyroid problems? And that was like a red light for me, because I struggled with thyroid problems throughout my childhood. It was very traumatic for me.
Yes, when I looked at my x-rays, it explained a lot about the weight issues and how, if your spine's not aligned correctly, the way the nerves work and how things don't happen or do happen the way they're supposed to. To see hard evidence of what your spine is doing currently and what it's supposed to be doing is definitely, it was definitely an eye-opener.
He felt on my back and kind of could just tell different nerves and different things that were out of whack that could cause my sinus issues, that cause allergies, that causes me to have digestive issues. A lot of times you go into a doctor's office and they're asking you what your symptoms are. Dr. Barnes pretty much told me what my symptoms were. And so that just kind of gave me like peace of mind. I'm like, he already knows what's wrong with me. I don't have to tell him.
And he got adjusted, and honestly, he probably spit up maybe 3 times that day. And we came and had another adjustment, and it was like the chances of him throwing up were less and less, and I didn't have to be like, what's happening? What's happening? Is this going to happen? Is he going to throw up on everybody again? And it was probably about 6 or 7 adjustments to where we were literally not having the issue.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Since then, I've not had any debilitating back pain that's kept me down.
I started feeling better when I started getting my adjustments, and then the weight started coming off because everything started working correctly, and so it boosted my self-esteem tremendously just by, you know, wearing different clothing, and I can do more things.
But after my very first adjustment, that next morning I was like, wow, I slept really well. And, you know, I never noticed how much trouble I had sleeping until I was able to sleep comfortably.
And I know seeing is believing, and for my family, like, it really has made a big difference. And so I encourage people to pursue before a drug to put your kid on for the rest of their life, to pursue a natural way of healing your body. And clearly I have a healthy boy.
I have cut my high blood pressure in half. I have eliminated the sleep medication that allows me to have to sleep better at night. I've cut down on the depression pills that I've been taking, the anxiety pills I've been taking. I feel much better, energetic, and I'm looking forward to becoming living to be old age.
I have dropped almost 25 pounds in probably 4 months without exercising. And I feel better, I have more energy.
After I started getting adjustments on a regular basis, I noticed quick changes. I haven't taken 1 Aleve, 1 Midol, 1 Allegra, and I was so excited about it, I got my sister involved.
I can't begin to tell you the changes that I've seen since I started Maximized Living. It's made such a difference in my life, because I've noticed that my knees with the arthritis that I've had before doesn't bother me hardly at all anymore. My right knee in particular used to swell up and be very painful, but I don't notice that hardly at all anymore. And my lower digestive tract especially has really pretty much, I would say, back to normal.
I have lost 56 pounds and still counting.
I've lost 60 pounds since I came to the office last year. It's been almost exactly a year.
And my doctors have always said that I'm healthy, but now she's like, what are you doing? You don't have anything wrong? And I'm like, well, I've never had anything wrong, but thank you for noticing that there's been an improvement. So
I have more energy than I have in probably 10 years.
I'm able to keep going at a greater pace than I've ever gone before. I travel more than I ever have. I think the conversation you and I have all the time is if we wish we would have known this sooner.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we wish we would have known all the benefits of being part of Maximized Living. And I think for our kids and for our family one day, we don't want them to have to repeat what we didn't know, and I think that's what we're trying to pass on as early as possible, to make sure that they have what we didn't and give them what we never got, and so until now, and so that's definitely something we'll pass on for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
If you're sick all the time, or you're trying to mask and you're trying to cover up things that's going on in your life, like, you can't be a happy person. You can't have a normal life. And I'm a believer. I would tell anybody. I would challenge you. Anything that you feel like you have, headaches, sinus infections, digestive issues, anything, I challenge you to seek out chiropractic care, seek out Dr. Barnes, seek out a Maximized Living facility, and you'll be a believer.
I would encourage you to go ahead and do it for your health, because your health is at stake and you cannot afford not to do this. My husband and I looked at this as an investment in our health, because we knew that if we didn't take care of ourselves, we would have a whole lot more doctor bills than what we do now or what we might have in the future.
He's more than just a doctor. He is a family friend, and we just think so much of him and the hope that he's brought to our family, the healing that my body's experienced through the treatment at Maximized Living. So
drastic weight loss, higher energy levels, and I used to have terrible problems sleeping. Just could not get comfortable with my neck. I would toss and I would turn, but after the first adjustment, I slept like a baby. All those pills and everything that I've taken cost more than my chiropractic care. And I'm a changed person. And so anybody, I feel like, that's just having issues that you feel like is something you have to live with, you don't have to have mediocre health. You can definitely get better. And Maximized Living can help you do that.
I've had people ask me, what is it that you're doing? And I'm so eager to help them.
Everybody's like, what are you doing? We're all going to Dr. Barnes.
I think for the rest of our lives we'll be Maximized Living patients, because we've seen the change and we've seen what it's done for us, and at the same time we know that it'll be something our family does. And I think the thing about us too is, because of how awesome it's been, we want to tell everybody else about it. And I think we're just so hooked at what Dr. Barnes, Maximized Living, Greenway Chiropractic has done for our lives. It's literally changed our lives.